everyone. This is Catha again. Back up so you can see me for the most part. Today we're going to do a series of yoga stretches and range of motion work and just a little teeny bit of core that's really good for people that run a lot, that hike, that walk a lot, and I think we're doing a lot more of it these days. So come down onto your hands and knees and we'll get started. As I always say before my yoga classes, do what works for your body. And if there's anything we're doing today that just doesn't feel right, literally back off. Don't do it because I can't see you and help you with alternatives and alignment, etc. Err on the side of caution. So come onto hands and knees in tabletop pose with your wrists right under your shoulders, your knees right under your hips. You can curl your toes under to begin stretching your feet, the bottoms of your feet. And then just press into the hands, pull the belly in, the chin come towards the chest, and then roll the shoulders back, lengthen the spine. Don't totally drop your belly here. Little core engagement. And continue this. This is a cat. This is a cow. Nice way to begin loosening up the spine. People that walk a lot, run a lot, jog a lot, their biggest complaints in terms of tightness are often lower back, hips, hamstrings. So we'll work on those areas and a little bit of core too. One more time. And then pause. You're going to extend your right leg on the mat behind you and shift your weight forward and back. It's a nice way to stretch the lower part of the leg and massage the foot. So there's no wrong way to do this. You can roll around on your foot if that feels right. It's nice, easy. It's not a this thing. It's a slow, easy post-run, just letting go, stretching, or post-walk or post-hike. Hold it here and then keep the foot down. You're going to sweep it around to your left side. Look over the left shoulder at the heel and lean to your right. So you might feel a nice stretch up the right side of the body. When we run or walk or hike, we're moving in one plane, and bike, by the way. And so it's good to move laterally and twist in yoga, which involves other planes that the body was meant to move in. And then bring that knee back in. Send the other leg, your left leg, and again, gently rocking forward and back. Lengthen your spine here. Notice how you're breathing. And then pause with a flexed foot, sweep around to the right, look over the right shoulder, and lean to your left. Breathing into that stretch. Return the leg back in, the knee back in. Bring your big toes together and your knees wide, and take the sitting bones back to the heels, child's pose. Now don't worry if you can't get all the way down. It's more important that you allow your forehead to rest on something. You don't want to strain your neck here. If you can come down, great. If you can straighten the arms, great. If you can't, keep them bent. And then just take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let the hips and shoulders drop. Stay down. I'm coming up to make sure you're doing it right. Good. And then make your way back to table, coming into a cow, and then from cow to a cat, and take the cat back to child's. Nice work for the back. Inhale, forward to cow. Neutral spine to cat, and back to child. Elbows can bend. They should bend, by the way, here. So the way you want to do it, once you come up to cow, you'll come back and let the forearms land first, and then the elbows, sitting bones and heels. Do one more. Inhale forward, and exhale back. Pause for a moment here. Every time you exhale, a sense of letting go. Let the hips get heavy. And then come onto your forearms. You're going to lift your left knee up. Your elbows are right under your shoulders. And just do some hip circles. So we're loosening up the hip a little here. Again, putting it in a different range of motion than it normally goes if you walk, run, jog, bike. And then hold that foot long on the mat. Extend the other leg on the mat. You'll be in a forearm plank. Lengthen your spine. Pull your belly in. Lift the back of the thighs. Lengthen the tailbone and then lengthen your spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, there's a sense of the elbows isometrically pulling back as you lengthen your spine forward. We're stretching the front body, strengthening the back. Sense of letting go. And if your back pinches here, you can imagine you have a little egg under your belly button and you don't want to crack it, so pull the belly in just a little bit. And then breathe and begin to let go. Okay, come back onto hands and knees. Lifting the other leg would be the right leg, bending it, and making circles with your knee towards the armpit and back. No wrong way to do this. Reverse direction. Good. Then extend that leg on the mat. Extend the other leg on the mat. Good. Strong core, strong forearms. See where your elbows are? See if you can take your hands there and come up to plank. And then from plank, bend your knees, lift your sitting bones up for downward facing dog. Now as you do this, pedal your feet. You want a nice teepee shape with your body. So lift the sitting bones, beginning to stretch the back of the legs, the whole back body. They get so tight, especially when we do those activities. Lower your knees, but you're going to keep the hips high. So you'll be up like this. I'll face forward now. A little shoulder and upper back work. Bring the arms up, interlace your hands, flip the wrists up, and begin to tick-tock side to side to side. Good, hold it here, really lengthening the spine. And then separate your hands. We'll do a lat bar pull down and up, and down and up. Bring it down, make a nice right angle between the lower and upper part of the arms. And then draw the elbows together and apart. Together. Make sure the core is engaged here a little bit so you're not puffing out your belly like this, right? Good, hold it here, bring the hands behind the heads, lift your heart, elbows are nice and wide, and do a nice side bend to the right, back through center, lift your heart, back to center, side bend to the left, back to center, lift your heart. Good, bring your arms down and extend your right leg out to the side. You might want to block here. A yoga block or a book or something to rest your hands on. We're going to do a nice lateral movement. We go right here, side to side, up and over, stretching our side body up and also beginning to stretch the inner hamstrings. For this version, your toes are facing forward and the outside of the foot is down. Hold this one. Again, using a block here. Lengthen, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, bring that arm in. Make a little turn to your right. Turn your torso over your leg and use blocks here, please. Okay, because you want to hinge from the hips. Pull the thighs back. Pull the groins back. Engage your belly. And then with a nice hinging from the hips, fold. You do not need to go far. You can be like this and get a nice prolonged, mild to moderate stretch. What you don't want to do is try to go down and around the spine. Pretty much the worst thing you can do for your back. And we'll hold this for several breaths because this is a nice stretch for someone who does those activities a lot. Nice long spine. Imagine lengthening, thighs back, lifting the sacrum up, and breathing into this. Deep, full breaths in and out. Most people don't hold stretches long enough. They try to do an intense stretch for 15 seconds, and really you should do a mild to moderate stretch for more like 90 seconds to 2 minutes to get a long-lasting effect. Okay, we're going to come to the front. You're going to bend your front knee and sweep your arms up, runner's lunge, beginning to open up our hip flexors. Bring your hands to your thighs and do some very gentle pulses forward and back. And as you do this, I'm going to get my blocks so I can show you the next move with the blocks. Continue, gentle, don't go too far down, too far up, too far down, or too far up. And then pause, and you will get your blocks, or if you don't have blocks, use two books, a couple books. I'm going to turn to the side. You're simply going to curl the back toes, lift the back knee. This is called a runner's lunge. Nice way to begin to stretch your hip flexors. So we're going to hold this for 5 breaths. Lengthen the spine. See if you can lift the back of the back knee and then lengthen. You might imagine, again, the thighs back, groin back, core engaged. Scissor your inner thighs towards each other and breathe. Deep breath in and out. Very strong pose. The blocks help with alignment so that you don't round your back. If some people will do this if they don't have the block. Plus, we're going to use the blocks in a moment. You're going to bring them down to the lowest level or a book to a lower level and step back to downward dog. This is a wide-legged down dog, so widen your feet much wider than usual. Lift your sitting bones and press your chest down and back. Great way to stretch the back body. And again, press your thighs back and see what happens if you imagine lifting your kneecaps up towards your hips. Breathe here, stretch here. Enjoy the stretch. 2 more very deep breaths. Let go on each exhale. Good. Now walk your feet back to hip distance. Lower your knees, but keep the shins nice and high. The hips high, sorry. Extend your left leg this time to the side with the outside of the foot down. I'll use a block this time. Lengthen your spine, sweep the arms up, and we're going to tick-tock side to side. It's a lifting up and then over. And to make this work, use your core a little. And if it's a little bit troubling for you, you could just bring your arms in and just do a little, something like this, or just more gently reaching and reaching. And then keep that hand down. Bring that left arm over, outside of the foot, down, toes forward, and feel that stretch. Hips press forward, outside of the foot down. Lengthen your spine. And then bring it out, and the hand down, and make a little turn to your left. Flex your foot. I'll have the blocks this time. Again, thighs back. Pull the kneecap towards the hips. Flex the foot, keep the spine long, and breathe. Deep full breaths here. You might close your eyes and notice where you feel the sense of stretch. Good, and then we'll come up, we'll walk to the front, This time the left foot is forward for a low lunge. Blocks, release your hands from, and begin to, so you can sweep the arms up. Bring the hands to the thighs, and it's a gentle pulsing again. Gentle pulsing. And then hold it here. Make sure your knee is right over your ankle. Get your blocks. Uncurl the back toes and lift the back knee. Lengthening the spine, lifting the thighs up and back. Engage the core a little. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other and lengthen. Breathing into this. Deep full breath in and out. One more deep breath in. To exhale, lower that knee. Lower the other knee. You're going to come to sit down. And your feet nice and wide. Wider than your mat if you have them. Wider than your hips. And begin to windshield. Side to side. Some of you might want to come to a twist behind you. And then open up. Twist again. And then the next time, I'm going to face the front now. You face the left side, sit nice and tall, nice long spine, trying to make 90-degree angles between lower and upper legs. Maintain that length as you allow your body to float over your knee. Now, if you can't come down all the way, and many people with tight outer hips can't, or tight hips in general, it's more important, if you can, to get a blanket or pillows and just completely let gravity take over. You don't want any strain on any body part here. You really want to surrender. That's how we get the stretch. And then take a deep, full breath in. Exhale. Just let everything drop down. This is a very relaxing pose, too. See if you can let go a little bit more. On the next breath, press into your hands and lengthen up. And you're going to twist to the other side. This might be different because we're not symmetrical. Honor that. So lengthen and then float the body over your front knee. Again, get a bunch of blankets, pillows, anything. You want to just completely let go. Your forehead should be resting on something. You might feel that stretch in the front hip. So every time you exhale naturally, a sense of letting it go. Feel your breath. See if you can let go a little bit more. And then press into your hands. Lengthen up. We're going to roll down to our backs. Once you get down there, draw the knees into the chest. This should feel great on the back. Rock side to side. If you'd like, widen your knees as wide as your armpits. Bring the soles of the feet to the ceiling. And if you can reach the feet, pull down. So your elbows are wide. Your knees are wider than your armpits if you can do it. And if you can't reach your feet, you could interlace your hands like this. And then rock side to side. So you get a nice myofascial release on your back, which might be super tight these days. Super tight. This is one of my yoga students' favorite poses. Bring the bottoms of the feet together now. The knees wide. pull the feet in towards your body. If you can't reach your feet, again, interlace, hold any place that you can. This is less accessible than the other. And then come back to happy baby. Rocking again. That's when you get that nice myofascial release. Place your feet on the mat now. You're going to do something called figure four. So cross your right ankle all the way, figure four is a good way to name it. So you're going to come all the way down on your back, cross the right ankle, interlace your hands behind that shin, and then very gently pull into no more than 3/4 of your full range of motion. Keep the crossed foot flexed. This is where a lot of us are tight, outer hip. So we're going to hold this for a little bit, and I'm going to guide you through some breath practice, which really can maybe help you relax and release a little more. So join me if you'd like. You're going to inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through nose or mouth. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1. One more guided round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Normal breathing, but soften your shoulders. Soften your face. Relax your belly. And it's good that we hold these stretches. It will help us prevent injuries. Lower back tightness, hips, knees. And then place that foot down. You're going to cross thigh over thigh like you're sitting in a chair. Bring your arms out by your side of the palms up. Press into your foot. Lift your hips a couple of inches. Float them about 3 inches to the right and then place them back down. And then now allow your knees to float down to the right. Make sure your legs aren't hanging in space. They should be down. And if not, you're going to place something underneath your knee, those legs or feet, so that you're supported. You don't want to strain your back on this. This is all about stretching. Take a deep full breath in. Exhale, let go. See if you can let go a little more despite the sound of the siren. Welcome to Old Town Alexandria. Float your knees up, uncross, and now recenter your spine because you know we angled it. And hug your knees back into your chest again. Rock. Okay, take your right foot down, cross your left ankle all the way over, lift the right foot up, interlace the hands, and then pull the right knee in maybe 3/4, not your full range of motion. Keep the crossed foot flexed. Soften your shoulders. Relax your face and your belly. And with perhaps eyes closed, notice where you feel the strongest sense of sensation. Just might be in the right hip, left hip, outside. Pranayama, breath practice. Join me if you'd like. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last guided round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Normal breathing, but again, soften your face, soften your belly. Relax your shoulders. On the next breath, place the foot down. Cross the left thigh over the right, just as if you were sitting in a chair. Bring the arms into T, palms up. Press into your foot, lift the hips a couple of inches, swivel them about 3 or 4 to the left, place them down, and allow both knees now to float naturally to the right. Again, get a support under the foot, feet, knees if you feel you need it. Turning your head any direction that feels right. Doesn't have to go in any particular direction, just whatever feels best for your body. And then take another deep, full breath in to that left lung. Exhale, let go completely. And you might ask yourself, is there anything else that wants to let go? And then let go a little more. As you're ready, lift the knees up. Recenter your back. We're going to do one bridge to help release your hip flexors. So the arms are down by your side, the palms are up. Come into what we call more of a cat tilt, right? So not arching the back. Press into the feet, begin to lift up the hips, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, and then take your arms over your head. We'll hold this for 3 breaths. As you inhale, lift the pubic bone, lengthen the tailbone, pull the heels back. Exhale, soften. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Now as you exhale, reach the pinkies, fingers one way, the tailbone the other, as you lengthen your spine, lengthen, traction your spine, traction. Bring your arms back down by your side and feel the echoes of bridge. Widen your feet so they're wider than your hips. Cactus your arms and begin to windshield your knees inside. And then one last gentle hug in. If you like, you can curl up nose to knee to nose. Really rock your body if that feels right. And then if you'd like, and I encourage you to do this, rest for several moments, no less than 5, in Shavasana. It lets your body assimilate everything you did, whether it was running, biking, hiking, and then this yoga practice. It's a good, healthy way to begin to center the nervous system. So stay here. You can pause the tape, stay here as long as you'd like, or roll to one side, pause for a moment, and then press into your hands and make your way up to a comfortable seated pose, crossing your ankles. Bring your palms together at your heart center, eyes closed or looking down. And just take a moment to go inside and notice how you feel right now. Feeling the effects of your yoga practice. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Keep moving, everyone. It's one way to boost and build the immune system and stay healthy and happy and hopeful. And I hope to see you again soon. Namaste again. Bye for now.